All right, guys, this is Mobile Gamer Nerd, and we are back with another game review. Yes, today we're going to be talking about Reverse 1999. This is a game that came out a little bit ago, not too long, but it's actually kind of cool. It's got a lot of story, and if you guys really like in-depth story, you're going to love this game. It does have a ton of story. The areas that you're going to be going through, it's not going to be one of those games where you just kind of pounce through areas. You are going to have to take your time. There's going to be some things. I've been skipping most of the story because I can go back and rewatch it. I'm not huge into story too much. Like, I like it and I kind of know what's going on, and I will read the little passages that come up here and there. And sometimes I'll stop and watch a cutscene here and there, but I'm not too into it just because I'm not a story guy. It's just not my thing. And contrary to what most people like, I played Final Fantasy 14. I skipped all the cutscenes. I couldn't stand it anymore. It was too many cutscenes. There is a point. There's a limit. However, this game specifically, I don't think it's too much. Once again, I'm not a story person anymore. I can't really get into it. But the heroes in this game are pretty cool. The combat is interesting in the way it works, and there's a lot of things to do in it. So let's look at some of the heroes and kind of just see what we're looking at. And you can just see the ones that I have in my crew right now. You click crew right here. So it's very anime-esque. It's kind of old school anime, a little bit like a little darker than most, but still kind of whatever, still kind of cutesy and whatever. So we've got right now Matilda. I believe you get her for just logging in, and they do have voice acting. So if you like voice acting, you will be able to hear them talk. But yeah, she's one that everyone gets for just beating one of the areas. Sonato. She is basically the main character, I guess you could say. You get her pretty much right from the beginning. And yeah, she's really good. She actually has some pretty cool attacks, which is nifty. And if you didn't notice, there are different colors here in the top of the corner. That's basically what their like affinity is. And either is one of those things where plant will do more damage to this, and this will do more damage to that. So they do have like faction bonuses, things like that. This is Bjork Bloom. Yeah, I'm gonna murder these names probably, but she is the one that I picked. You get to choose, as at least of right now. That might change, but as of right now, there's a gift where you get to choose basically one hero that you want. I chose her because I really like her. She's kind of cool looking. She looks like a ninja, but she's not. She does shoot guns, I think, but I like her. Either way, I'm glad I picked her. There's probably a better one to pick. I'm not going to tell you which one to pick. Then we just got recently X, who's also another damage dealer. We literally just got him. I leveled him up to 30, and he's going to be on our team. Now, right now, I haven't found out ways to upgrade my heroes past 30. We will have to use insight to upgrade them, which is basically like an upgrade to their, I guess, color or whatever there it is that this game decides to do. But you use insight, you have to find all these items. I have some stuff. You have to find all these items from areas. You can click on them and it'll tell you what area they're in. Say you can craft in the wilderness and you can find them in all these areas. So obviously we just haven't got there yet. So we basically just maxed all of our heroes up to 30, and that's what we did. And then there's also portraits. You can go into a dressing room. So if you want to see some of the cool outfits, see, this is one of them. Some of them you can buy, some of them you can get from events. So this is kind of cool. He's got like a little, mask on him, and it gets a little darker. And this is, see what I mean? It's got very dark kind of undertones in the game. So if you like scary kind of darkness, you'll love it. This is Apple. Apple is an apple. All right, Apple has a bow tie, and he's actually pretty strong. We cut him off pretty early just because I was using the other heroes, but I have a feeling we can probably do really good things with him. And you can do portraits, which is basically upgrades by getting extra copies of heroes. So as you can see, I have pulled at least 2 more copies of Apple, and then you get this little portrait thing. Click it, and you get upgrades to your attacks. You get upgrades to your HP, like things like that. Your skills get better, all that. I don't know what happens when you max it. Who knows if there's anything you can do with these pieces once you're done. There are bonds, so you can get bonds. I don't know what this does, but yeah, as you level up your heroes, let's see if any of my heroes have increased their bond level. So yeah, my main team is only 3%. So it looks like that's going to take some time. There's probably gifts, I would assume, that you can give to them to make that a little bit better. And then you can see their skills here. They have ultimate skills, which is hers. She deals 500% mental damage. And then she has another skill where she does attack one target and 200% mental damage. And then she has another one that does mass attack to 2 heroes, and it's 120% with a penetration rate of plus 30%. So yeah, they all have 3 skills at this point. I haven't seen anything different. There are things that are kind of cool, like you can upgrade. There are tasks in the game where you can go in, and here you go. Every day there's beginning of the tale, which is basically your, I guess, walkthrough quests that you get for starting the game. There's daily activity, which is cool, so you get stuff every day, and then you do get stuff for the week as well. There's leveling up stuff. There's gear. There's pieces. Now, as far as the Oh, there's a new summon. What's the new summon? Let's go see. Guaranteed. Is there a new one? Here we go. New. All right, so this is new. It's not really that new, actually. I just logged in. So there are different summon banners. You can get different heroes. This lady Regulus is part of the story character. She's pretty cool, and so is Druvis. So yeah, I've been summoning from here because we need to summon 30 times. We've only summoned 16. We need to summon 30 times and we will get a 6-star hero. So one of these three, I would assume. Hopefully, we can get either Leela or Regulus. Actually, all three of them I would take. I think all three of them are pretty good. I've kind of looked into them. The heroes in this game are pretty cool. Now, this is the enter show right here. This is basically your campaign. There are tales and books. So if we go into this one, this is the one we've already completed. This is like the area you're in, so you can go around the map. And then these are your actual levels down here. Some of them will be stories, some of them will be battles. It changes up in, all the time. And then you will also see little gold stars pop up. So let's see what happens if we go into stage 2. So we are just getting here. All right, so this is a story, but it's going to be a fight because there's 10. You're using energy. Anytime you see energy, it's going to be a fight. We're going to skip this because, like I said, I don't want to ruin any stories for you. It is really cool story if you're into that kind of stuff. So this is Absurd Street. Now you're going to kind of see what you get to do. You get to pick your team. Now he's my assistant, but we're going to pull him out and we're going to put in X. Now the way this works is that your assistant hero is not going to be in the fight. All right, you're going to have 3 heroes that are in the fight. This is your assistant. If one of these heroes dies, your assistant pops in. All right, so he's just going to be sitting there. Now let's start. And then I have 4 different affinities here. We do that because I want to get a beast hero because beast heroes are kind of cool. It's the red ones. But yeah, the graphics on this game are pretty cool. And I think we had it on auto. We're not going to do auto right now. So essentially, the way this works is you get cards. There are other games like this, okay? And you get to move cards around. And if you put I don't know if I don't have any right now. Here we go. These two. If we push these two together, so you pull it all the way over, put them next to each other, they combine, and now you have a stronger skill. But you lose a move. All right, so you have 3 chances to move. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this move in now because that's an attack. All right, and then there's also buffs. You can see down here. It's hard. I don't know if it's hard to see. This is a debuff. And this is a buff. So this is going to make us stronger. This is going to make them weaker. All right. Now what we could do is take this out. All right. So it's still here. And then you lose it. So you can adjust in the middle of the fight. But we're going to push this back over to here. All right. We're going to do the attack. But then we're going to do a buff like that first. So we get attack up. And then we'll use the big attack, which hits 2 heroes. All right. And then they do their little attacks. The lag's going to be a little bit weird at first, just because all my games on this thing are a little bit laggy when you first start. We also don't have this on 2 times speed. I think here we go, 2 times speed. We want to speed it up a bit. There we go. All right, so now we have the opportunity to debuff them if we want, or we can just do some crazy attacks. So it looks like we have a debuff and we have an attack. So we're gonna push these 2 together so that we can showcase my other girl. All right, we're going to put this in, and we are going to put her attack in. And eventually, see these little balls above their head? That's going to essentially give you your ultimate. When it hits the final ball, all right, you're going to get an ultimate skill that you can use. Some of them are a little cooler than others. Looks like we have now. When you do this, if something is next to each other, you can do it where you can here like this one. We can click this one, and then these 2 will automatically combine, and you don't lose a turn. So optimally, you want cards to be near each other, but it's not going to happen like that all the time. So we're going to use these skills just because they hit 2 heroes. We want to kill that guy as fast as possible. There you go. That's one of her bigger skills. And then she's going to attack twice. And remember, my heroes are a little bit overpowered right now. All right, so now we have ultimates. Now up here, you'll see there's waves. So we don't want to use our ultimates right now because we're right there. So now we're just going to use attacks. Attack, and then, you know what, we'll do a buff first so that we can kill them quicker. We'll do buff, attack. But this is why I was saying the fights are going to be a little bit slower. You can put this game on auto. I'm just not doing it right now so I can kind of show you exactly how the fighting works and what you're up against. And then you get to see some of the, and like I said, the graphics are really cool. I mean, everything looks nifty here. These skills are going to be kind of cool. I think she is going to do, this is the strong one. We're going to use actually, we're going to do a buff first. We'll buff. Actually, we don't even need the buff because we have a buff. So what we'll do is we'll do 1, 2, and you'll see it says stronger here in the top corner. That means this is a very strong skill versus them. But we are going to, I guess we could just debuff them at the end, whatever. So these are their skills. Like I said, they're kind of cool looking. You kind of glow and they do nifty things. We just killed that guy. This one's kind of cool. She runs in and just does a ton of attacks with a bunch of words. I think they were in German. I'm not really sure. There we go. He's debuffed. He's got less defense. Probably should have did that in the beginning, but it doesn't really matter. We're going to use attack. This is going to smack together. We'll use this, and then we will use this. Should be enough to hopefully kill this guy, and we can move on to the next area. I'm just going to kind of, I'm not going to spend too much time on this just because I want you guys to see all the things that this game has to offer, at least what I've seen so far. There's going to be some other stuff that we haven't done. And then we'll just use her skill because it's kind of cool. There we go. We don't need any buffs. He'll be dead in 2 seconds. This one's kind of cool. This is one of hers. She basically pulls a bunch of icicles up above him. Oh, dead. So yeah, kind of cool. I like it. Very this is very Dick Tracy. That's the kind of what this whole game reminds me of. Say it's very City of Sin, uh Dick Tracy, and Who Framed Roger Rabbit kind of thing. It's that time frame. This is what I was talking about. Little stars will pop up. Some of them will be fights. Some of them will be tutorials. Some of them will be story like this. All right, we're not going to look at it though because I don't want you guys to see any of that. And then it'll unlock the next area. So you will have to complete those little stars and things in order to complete them. Now there's a lot of other things that are going to be going on here. Oh, actually, we can go in here. I think there's resource, right? Yeah. So there's a resource which is basically a fight where you go in and you fight. I can't do it because it's not unlocked yet. We can go into the lower one. I think this gives you EXP. Yeah, this is 12, and you can go in here to get EXP to level up your heroes. And we will put on auto. We'll do an assist from X. Oh wait, what is this? There we go. What does this do? You may adjust the drop rate of this battle. However, this will multiply the activity required. Okay, so basically you can multiply it. That's new. All right, so that's new. You can multiply it. You're going to use basically 4 times the energy essentially. Or you can replay. So is that what that is? So yeah, you can replay it on auto, and that's cool. At least they have that. I like it. So let's just do a replay. Who cares if we have the third hero? It doesn't really matter. It's not going to give him experience. It's just going to give us experience points that you can use to level. And there's a big fat cat with 3 eyes, 4 eyes. I don't know how many eyes that is, but it's kind of cool. Cool attack he does. See, he opens his mouth and is kind of evil. This is what happens if you feed your cat things it doesn't like. And all this is your average resource run. And like I said, the backgrounds are beautiful. Everything looks really cool in this game. It's gonna be a sensory overload a bit because it's kind of nifty. There we go. And we got a victory. All right, so let's get out of here. Close this out and see Grave of Devices. All right, we're gonna get out of here now. So we were able to do that. Now there are also side stories and side things. There's a lot of things to do in this game. Honestly, there's a lot of things I haven't seen. There's the prisoner cave right now that's going on. I think this is an event. So basically, you can do battles. The main bulletin. You can do inspections and fight these interesting bosses and things like that. There's also a collection thing here where you'll get pieces and you can summon things from these groups of stuff. So you can literally order things from areas that you want. So if you want this hero or this piece, you can get that. Or you can go in and you can try to summon more summon pieces, or you can go in and do stuff for the wilderness, which I'll show you in a bit. This is islands and things. So you can prove here and get stuff here also. But yeah, you can basically just use your points anywhere you want. So whatever it is that you need for your account that you can get. There's a bunch of new stuff here, as Sam remembered. Say completing this before participating in the event will provide you with a better experience in terms of storyline. Okay, great. We're not going to do it, but yeah, there's other stories in here. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. It's a lot. I'm not going to lie. And then you've got this, the Master of the Theater, which is basically kind of a story thing you can watch. We already completed it, but as you go through, you can unlock new stories and you can see a bunch of different stories for different characters, which is kind of cool. This is the Mystery Box Carnival, which I already did, which is where I got her from. And then you have a bunch of other things up here. So now there's login stuff. There is clearing story rewards. So there's a lot of stuff in here you're going to get for just playing through the game. So they are very generous when it comes to just giving you new things to do. Right now, there's this jukebox thing, which is basically a pass where you can buy extra stuff if you want. If you spend money, you can unlock the collector edition, and every time you get new quests and beat tasks, you get points, and it makes this thing longer, and you get new rewards, and that's great. So that's the jukebox, and then there's a lot of things in here. But there's a login for free summons, which is kind of nice right here. That's the carnival we already got. We can reunite with. These are all the heroes you can basically pull from. There's a couple of extra ones that aren't shown, but yeah, you can get a bunch of free ones. And then there's the warehouse, which is basically all your extra stuff that you can use. I don't know if this is a usable item. It's not. So a lot of this stuff is going to be for upgrading our heroes. And then we've got the bank, which is basically your store. You can go in here and see all kinds of stuff. There's plenty of things you can buy. There's subscriptions. There's, uh, you know, extra summons. There's all kinds of things. There's also a teller machine. There's a garment shop, which you can buy stuff with in here. There's a pawn shop, which is basically stuff for see we get this currency. So we can come in here and kind of buy extra things, and it unlocks as you complete new stories. And then there's upgraded versions. You can get heroes and things like that. There's fragment shops, which I haven't gotten any fragment yet, but yeah, you can get other things in here for heroes. This is the wilderness shop, which I'll show you in a sec. What we can do here, I don't know if I can unlock anything else. Yeah, no, there's nothing here that uses bells. But this is actually, weirdly enough, very fun, the wilderness. We're going to go in there now, actually. So the wilderness is weird. It's basically an island that you get to build. All right. You do get to collect resources from it. So eventually you will get other things. Now, I kind of used all my resources here already to build it. So I can't really do too much of like the actual building impact part of it, but yeah, see what I mean? It's an island. It's a little slow. Sorry. All right, so basically it's an island. See, and we can zoom out if we want. Oh, no, we can't. That's as zoomed as it gets. But we can turn the island, which is cool. I think if we want. No, I'm trying to turn it with the thing. It's not working. But basically, you get to each one of these little pieces is an island. All right, they all look like this size, this like hexagon, and when you put it in to its spot, basically you can adjust. Now I put this little boat here with this light tower. We can put our heroes in here, as you can see. See, they're here. They get bonds. Um, yeah, this game runs on a lot of power. Apparently, it's gonna freeze up a little bit. It's a little bit. My computer's not great, so having a game of this power, I was reluctant to even do this game. But here we can click this button here and see all of our bonds and collect them all at once. See, and then all of our little heroes are hanging out on the island. We can put a beach here, a lighthouse, and you can actually go in and see things. Say there's like a mystical wind going around this. And yeah, this is a pretty big area. Like it's actually a very large map. Say there's like tons of water here. We can add plenty of things. You can add beaches, you can add dark things, there's Halloween things, there's Christmas things probably. Like there's all kinds of stuff. There's rivers, there's oceans, there's look at that light towers, all kinds of stuff. And then you just come over here and everything you add gives you more basically percent of resources that you can collect. So you come here and you collect, and now we got more dust. And as you go, you get more free things. You can upgrade your haul right here, say, and then this will give you new bonuses to gold and all kinds of other stuff. We can craft things, a wishing spring. We have to unlock it first. But yeah, this is your main, I guess, haul, so to speak. And we have to finish, I think we have to finish a quest. Yeah, we have to get this thing. And then we can upgrade it to level 2, which will give us the ability to add more things to our little island. And then there is a shop that you can go into right here, buy, say, and you can buy new parts. So that's what we were looking at. So you can buy shelter, and every time you buy one of these, it's a kit. All right, it's not just that item. I believe most of these are kits, so you're going to get like a bunch of new uh, land masses that you can put in, and new things that you can add to your account. See, so there's like Pearl of the Sea, which is kind of cool. There's Encounter of the Wild, which has like, it looks like windmills and stuff like that. So there's a bunch of different things, and they are coming out with new stuff as you go on. So yeah, there's a lot of little fun side things you can do in this game, which are nifty. Get out of here. I'm gonna keep saying nifty. I'm gonna stop saying nifty now. All right. Then we have. I think that's all we've unlocked so far. I would assume there's going to be towers and new things and all kinds of stuff that's really cool with this game. I definitely think it's worth checking out if you haven't played it and giving it a shot. I've been playing it on my tablet. It's a little bit longer to play than most games, so don't think it's going to be one of those games that you can just log in and be like, "Oh, it's I can play for a half hour and then I'm done." Like you're going to get sucked into it for at least 2 or 3 hours the first time you play it, and then just the daily stuff in general. I haven't finished a daily yet. I don't think like a full day, a full day. I don't think I finished a full day yet, just because it's a lot to do and the fights are a little bit slower. So just be aware that it's more of an MMO kind of style in the sense that things will take longer than normal games. There's a lot of loading. There's a lot of, not just because of my computer, I played on my tablet, which is fine, but a lot of loading going back and forth. There's a lot of like, cutscenes you're gonna have to skip through, so which makes more loading screens. So there's a few things that, they could easily just make it a little bit quicker to get to the things you want, because story is good and so are cutscenes. But the problem is when it's too much, it kind of, well, one, it's going to slow the game down, and two, it's going to make it so that you're just constantly clicking through loading screens and switches from screen to screen. It's like I just want to fight. Like just put me in the fight. And there may be a setting in here. If you go in here, let's just look. Might as well look at it. There's settings. We can maybe can turn off things. So here, graphics, you can make it low quality if you're having problems with your stuff. There's low power mode, screenshots, low definition mode. There's sound. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any way to turn off. At least that I can see right here. There might be somewhere else. Where you can turn off cutscenes and stuff. But that would be a nice feature for people who just want to kind of play for the day. But other than that, the game's really cool. I think the heroes are cool. I think the battle system is kind of cool. It's very reminiscent of a few games that I've played with card kind of dealing, and it. The heroes are cool. Everything about it. I like the look. I like the story. It's kind of cool. You're going like reverse. You're going in time reverse, and there's a lot of time jumping, and yeah, it's a lot of interesting kind of concepts like that where people know each other from the future, but they're in the past. Yeah, that kind of stuff. So if you're into that kind of story and you like anime type heroes in a dark kind of very gloomy kind of game, then I think you're going to really like this game. I mean, I enjoy it too, and I like dark stuff. I like Dark Souls. I like Bloodborne. I like horror movies, Terrifier. Yeah, that's what I like. So this game is it's the perfect theme style for me. It's like I said, I will see how it goes after a while. I'm going to play it for a bit and just see if it's anything that I would like to keep going on. If this is a game that you guys want to see more of, feel free to let me know. I play a lot of these games in the background, and even if I don't make videos for them for a while, I still do play a lot of them, and I'll randomly log in and kind of see how they're going. Unfortunately, I don't have all day. I would love to play games all day. It'd be great. But yeah, if you have anything you want to say, comment. Put your comments down below. If there's things that you think that I missed that I don't know about because we are early in the game. If there's things that are going to be coming up, feel free to leave a comment about that because then more people will know if this is a game that they would want to play. And as always, like, share, subscribe. It is great for the channel. You guys make me happy. You guys make everyone else happy, and then you get more videos. So it's a win-win for everyone. And we do a live show. We do a live show every week. So that's interesting. There's no set day, but feel free to pop in when we do that on YouTube. And yeah, so this is Reverse 1999. This is Mobile Gamer Nerd, and you guys take care.